famous We Love Houston sign just off Interstate 10. We're coming to you from the Toyota Center in the biggest city in the Lone Star State. It's an all-Western Conference matchup in today's game as the Timberwolves come to town for this one. Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball here on 2K Sport. As we got it.
Well, guys, despite their 0-3 record in this season series, I asked you any positives to take away from those first two games. I said, kidding? We're taking this to the cleaners. Yeah, if anything, it shows us just how much work we have left to get to where we ultimately want to be.
Thank you, David. And here in the final leg of the season, Chris, you can just see how hard these teams are pushing and how the season is taking its toll. I think it's very evident.
That's what you have to like about sports is that at the end of the year, whoever wins that championship, they deserve it. Everybody's going to be banged up. Everybody's going to have their little games and be, kind of hurt. No one is going to be 100% at the end of the season. So right now, we're watching definitely playing out.
So you always have respect for the champion because you know just what they had to go through. No season is perfect and no team is perfect.
Yes, I always have respect for the champions. Look at all the things we talk about. You see the big road trips. How many is 82 games during the season? The fact that players get injured. The fact that players get traded. There's so much that goes on with the group of year. Whoever is left standing had to go through so much. You have to respect the champions.
All filled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. On the court for Minnesota. Butler teams with Wiggins as the deadly wing duo. Gorgie Dang is out there with Chris Bosh in its team with Point Guard. Inside Butler. Here's Wiggins. He's coming off a 22-point game against New Orleans.
And he passed the ball so well in that game, keeping everybody involved, even as he was racking up partners in the
Houston and Silva, great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
He's always going to be one of the most dangerous men on the court.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Jan with the screen for Butler. Over Harden. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
He's taking everything to start this game.
Houston moving it around. Here's Capella. And it comes off the further rim.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that hard.
Bosh, the screen. T kicks to Bosh. Over Green. The jumper from the free throw line is good.
And Bosh has a beautiful stroke from the mid-range. Once you give him room to shoot, he doesn't hesitate.
Kicks it out to Harden. Over in the
able to stick to him and hit. Don't float to their offense at all yet. I mean, just 1 from 5 from the floor to start.
And it's good, 2 points.
That's on the stand of the game.
Timberwolves trail by 4. Teague, the pass to Wiggins. Jane with the screen for Wiggins. In corner, Butler drills the three-pointer. Butler's got himself in the board with 3 good.
And Butler has the touch from deep. That's skilled outside shooting. You can't let him from there.
Red wing. 3. Chance shot. Here's Capella. And at last, they get one to fall.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game. I'll tell you what it's like. Having 3rd and 13 and running up the gut. It just frustrates the defense. You have to hate giving those second chance points. It's demoralizing. After basically, I mean, you have to stop.
Timberwolves trail by 3. Outside Teague. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. And that one's good by Bosch.
It's just not quite tight enough for him to impact the shot. You got to get the ball.
Here's Silva. Good in play. That's the assist. He's got 7.
His numbers getting called for good reason. Well, yeah, he's a guy who can carry you for stretches, long stretches of this game. You want to get him involved early.
Here's Bosch. And again, it's Minnesota. Usage on 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. No good on that one. So Minnesota will take it the other way. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
So a noticeable difference in terms of the effort both teams are putting forth. And you have to make the effort to gain position, keep position, go harder after rebounds. None of that was happening. They haven't been able to count on this scoring. Still, here they are, man.
The three-pointer is right on target.
And you can see that Butler is the turnover
Jimmy Butler known for his scoring, Chris, and his defense, but he's also a very good distributor of the ball as well.
Well, I love the fact that Butler minimizes his turnovers. He has an assist-to-turnover ratio that's pretty similar to most point guards.
And a look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for the Timberwolves.
And really, there's just such a lack of scoring for them. And now they're in terms of today's game, they have the scoring from the three-point range. And that area out above the free throw line extended is a real weak spot for them so far. And right from the start, they've been pounding with legs. Most of those 50-50 balls all of a sudden come on their way.
And it's put back up and in by Capella. Capella's got 6.
Yeah, it's going to be quite 30. Average really high percentage.
T kicks to Butler. He shoots at the box. Over 3. And good for Bosch.
That's what they want. The ball is in his hands in the post. Just didn't have to touch that time.
And there's the pass to Silva. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
T can't hit. Rockets leading by 4. And here's Harden. Capella. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. 8 points for Clint Capella.
And Capella is very efficient down deep, using his muscle to get off the shots he wants inside.
Outside T. Jane with the screen for Wiggins. In corner, Butler. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Capella's got 3 down to the 12 here already in the game. Here's Harden. Here's Green. The lefty battle on the basket. Couldn't knock it down.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Butler dishes the T. Outside Butler. He kicks it to Bosch. and run, take it coast to coast. You look around the league now, who are some of the best big men ball handlers?
If you get that board, you got to be able to take the speed up the offense. We've seen Draymond just have a field day doing it with all the plays on his team that can knock it down and score. Blake Griffin, Anthony Davis. We've even seen Paul Millsap and Julius Randle do it a little bit. So I love the fact that if you can get that board and push it, it makes it easier when you have actually find the point guard that you got in transition and let them score and you can get the solution.
Here's Gibson, and it's Gibson finishing it off.
And if that doesn't get too fired up, guys, nothing.
Right, just with the top throw under less than 9 yards to narrow the deficit.
So also a miscommunication on defense. No one see ya.
There's the pick, and stolen by Wiggins. Inside, it's good for Jefferson on the assist by Wiggins. Now, just a 4-point Houston lead.
It's a shame Jefferson has had so many injuries because his throwback game inside changes how far defenses can afford to extend out.
Minnesota's gone 2 of 5 from 3-point land here in the first one. Screen by Jefferson. Timberwolves passing it around. No good from Gibson. Here's Silva. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock. 14 points for him.
And loving everyday shot first on the offensive
Higgins up top. A 3. Rebound by him.
He doesn't look like himself right now. He's doing it.
Here's Silva. Sinks the triple. And the Rockets lead by 9. Screen by Jefferson. Here's the screen. Jones gets the lead on the lane waiting. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick. Wiggins has got 5.
It's going to fall. Second mate. 17th.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they pull it to 5. He's on his way to the free throw line.
There's a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the lip. Let's just call it what it is. Great body control on the lane and takes the contact, still knocks it in softly off the glass. I mean, that shot just can't be blocked. I mean,
Free throw good from Silva. So the Timberwolves called their first time. This couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Rockets. That one was played down in Houston.
It really a resounding loss. Last time they matched up, they got absolutely manhandled on the board. It was all the things we always told you.
Jimmy Butler, 3-point shooter 79, mid-range 74. Serious.
Timberwolves leading by 4 on the court for Minnesota. They've got Cordy Dane. Chris Bosh is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then there's Teague, and it's Jones in at the 1 spot. Here's Butler. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Butler's got 5 points in the quarter.
Yeah, and they're shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Silva. Blanketed by the D. Flicks to the rim for the lead.
I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant. Defensively, you know his feet. And as the opposing team, just your speed.
Outside team. Off the screen. Just right on the court. Team obeys the coach. Tonight, Minnesota. Another shot. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle. And 2 shots coming up.
And it's talking about their touch at the rim. They have been red hot here in the second quarter.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And with a percentage of 82, he's been one of their more dependable shooters from the line.
Dishes to Hart. That's the pull. And Jones sends it back. This one for three. James Harden with the rebound. Kingston's gone 1 or 2 on 3 quarters here in the second quarter.
Teammate is wide open. He gets it to him so fast.
Minnesota lead by 3. Outside team. Pass to Jones. Off the screen. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. Hits it from 3-point range. Butler's got 8 points in the quarter.
Simple screen. There was a defensive mix-up. And let the man run.
No good from Silva.
He was absolutely lethal from the arc in the first quarter, but now he's cooled off significantly in the second.
Trains it from beyond the arc. And it's a 9-point Timberwolves lead.
And Teague knew that he could be open there.
Shoots and visions to the point. They are just killing on the interior.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge. He's reporting from the sideline.
Guys, analytics has taken over the NBA. Minnesota coach and president of basketball operations, Tom Thibodeau, says it doesn't tell you everything. He said analytics can measure a lot of things. It's very difficult to measure drive. Imagine in the front. Kevin?
And Tom Thibodeau makes a good point. The analytics is certainly helpful, but it doesn't capture everything. Capella, the pass to Silva. He pointed, and with that shot, the Minnesota Lewis got to just 7 points in the basket from James Harden.
Hard shot selection. Mostly three-pointers are attacking him. That's how he achieves his incredible efficiency.
Bosch against Green. A 19-foot shot. That doesn't do either for Bosch.
That's one he knows he should have done.
The shot's good for Silva.
Just finding the open man.
Few have ever played this game at Paul's division.
Jones gets the tee. John with a screen on Harden. Now, here's Butler. Silva. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
Butler just can't be stopped. I mean, even when the beat knocks him around, he keeps his focus on the basket. Can you argue how explosive the score Jimmy Butler is on the game? He's very efficient in how he scores, which is huge for a primary. And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does great. Here's the feed to Butler. Over Green, and Bosch gets it to go on the assist by Butler. And that's 12 points for Chris Bosch. And with Jimmy Butler, it's not just that he can lead a team in scoring, it's the ease, Chris, and the efficiency with which he does it.
When he draws a ton of fouls, he gets to the line a lot. Every trick down the horizon.
Yep, that one goes.
He's reason number one there in front. I mean, his shooting has been almost flawless.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game. They defeated the Wizards in their last one.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the deep.
And I feel like the defense was one step behind all night. Never made the adjustments to string together a few stops.
One more at the free throw line.
They're finding lanes into a hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Well, we see so many of these players, Chris, in the NBA reach notoriety very early in their careers, sometimes even while they're still in high school. What was it like growing up as a star athlete and all the hype that surrounds it? You were the #1 high school player in the country coming out.
Well, you have to stay focused. You know, I didn't grow up in this era of social media and everything. I can only imagine that pressure now. But really, you have to stay focused. You have to realize that you're just in the middle of your bars. You're not a celebrity or a star yet, no matter how good you are on that level. Everybody in the NBA has been the best player on their team at some point in time. So things are going to even it out. You have to stay focused, stay goal-oriented in school and in sports. And hopefully the best
checked in for the Timberwolves. Wiggins comes in for Tyus Jones.
Well, after being some strike in the first quarter, he's definitely been more assertive driving the side. And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist
was right on target.
Here's a good screen. Wiggins outside. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
It's varying opinions out there of what Andrew Wiggins can and can't do. But one thing that's indisputable, he's an incredible scorer. Whether it's or transition,
Ryan Anderson is checked in for Houston. Wells comes in for Chris Paul. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. The shot's good on the assist by Button. Button's got 3 assists now in this one. Silva covered by Wiggins. On deep. Out that ball. The Timberwolves lead as we prepare to foul. And from Silva.
he has definitely shown up to play. He's done his part to start his team back into it.
T takes the shot. And it's Wiggins missing. Houston's got the 3-point lead tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Back to Capella. And stolen by Wiggins. Here's Butler. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll get him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Trying to take a look at the shooting numbers over the last couple months. The scope of that for him.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on defense.
Catching up in the changes for Houston. Espero comes in for Clint Capella. And Dinwiddie is subbed in for James Harden. Timberwolves also changing it up. Jefferson comes in for Gorgie Dang. And Jeremy Lamb subbed in for Jeff T. Lamb dishes to Butler. They set the pick. 5 to shoot. And it's good. With time running down on the shot clock. Butler's got 25 points in the game. Silva covered by Wiggins. There's the steal. Trying to find Lamb, puts it to him. Comes up empty from the left wing. It's for the line. There's Silva. That one falls coming up Dinwiddie's feet. He has 4.
You really got to tip your cap to him in terms of how he's playing today, even if they end up losing this game.
Lamb with the ball. He is a good contributor on his team, averaging about 2.5 points a game. And it's Butler with the jam.
Just think what's happened here. Butler taking over the offense really the entire evening.
There's 21 seconds left in the second quarter. They get a hand on it, out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. Here's Lamb. Screen by Jefferson. And a fast break for the Rockets. Ball is wide open. A three-pointer is right on target. Wells has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Jimmy Butler has been on display for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. An incredible game from Silva.
Yeah, what a shot in the arm he gave there in that first half. 3 balls. Just give credit, Coach Billy calling it. Today, bro.
The 2 pillars of this team, Chris Paul and Harden, are the 1 and the 2. Green is out there with Clint Capella, and it's Silva in at the 3. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Back at 4. Here's Bosch. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Bosch has got the first field goal of the second half for the Timberwolves. emotionally prepared for a broadcast, prepared for a game?
Wow, that's crazy. It is almost the better part of the decade. It doesn't seem that way. Like that.
Forget about the athleticism of Butler. Just a sick slammer of the basketball. You can't allow him to get to that launching pad.
And there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup. It looked like there was some So he'll have the free throw line. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Houston. Minnesota also with the sub. Tyus Jones, he's checked in for Jeff T. To the wing right side. Here's Tucker.
It's a tough shot. Even when you're that close to the bucket.
Here's the three. Gonna go that time. Some solid defense from Bucket. In the corner, it's Wiggins. Misses the three.
He's been unlucky. He's had a different night.
No good by Silva.
He has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime. But he continues yet to fire away. He has got to pull it down.
Wiggins kicks to Bucket. Gibson setting the paint for Bucket. Rebounded by Capella.
He's the play person. He's the quick reaction time. Look, that's playing inside him. Simply taking him.
Jones kicks to Bucket. Wiggins left side. And stolen by Ariza. Houston moving it around. And the kick. It's now only a 1-point Timberwolves lead.
Oh man, Capella absolutely destroys the opposition on the offensive glass. Use that gigantic body of his to snag down second chance opportunity.
Gibson setting the pick for Jones. Finish to Gibson. Pulls up on the wing. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. The Rockets shooting 47% from the field in the fourth.
Always impressed. His hustle, his quickness, he knows what to do, he knows what move he wants to execute. He executes very fast. So often defenders can't set up on him before he's going to run.
And with Gibson, the quickness he has at his position is a big benefit for him. Great for when he faces up, too.
Yeah, Kevin, he has a great one-bounce move when he's facing up in the paint or elbow. He also does a great job to flash open the space and get a shot fast.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Harold, he's checked in for Capella. Bells comes in for Trevor Ariza. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for James Harden. Outside, Jones. Wiggins speaks to Jefferson. Second run. Rebound by Harold. Houston in the lead. Silva, the pass to Wells. It's stolen by Jones. Silva at the leaders in field goal percentage as a team. In second, the Rockets.
So patient on the offensive end. I mean, they're not going to pull shots. And it's that selectiveness that's yielded such an impressive field goal percentage.
Key piece of one of the biggest NBA trades over the past few years. Lamb was sent by the Rockets to the Thunder in exchange for James Harden. That was a major trade.
Ryan Anderson is checked in for PJ Tucker. Up left of the wing. Pass to Silva. Jefferson with some nice D.
Not the tightest of D on him. Not the best of finishes either.
Now here's Jones. 6 points for him. Lamb dishes to Gibson. Here's Wiggins. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Wiggins has got 4 points this quarter.
And there's one thing that's never been in question. His ability to be able to find a in case you needed a reminder, he's giving you one tonight.
For Jones, he's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And Lamb pitch to Wiggins. It comes off the rim, but it sinks right in. Wiggins has got 23 points.
There's no way that's going to keep up. He just has to rise up.
Shot from 12. They get it back.
A big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Minnesota's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it. 9 times they've missed. Jones the pass to Lamb. Gibson the screen. Wiggins from outside. Cleans the three-pointer. Got 26.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
A lot of times your defense is your offense. Your offense is your defense. This is a poor decision right here. You can't let them have that
take it right in. Dinwiddie's got his first 2 points.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
On the wing, Lamb. It's over Wells. And Jeremy Lamb, a bucket on the assist by Jones. Jones has got his 5th assist in this one. No good from Silva. Minnesota leading by 3. Picked his pocket. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Lays it in off the breakaway. Here's Jones. He's got 6. Outside Jefferson. And by Jones. Jefferson dishes to Wiggins. Dinwiddie, running by Jones. Pass to Sick. Wells in the corner. For the lead. Arizona owns a foot to the line. Officials on the contact. They'll shoot 2. For Houston, they have shot 67% from the line, going 6 of 9. Patton, he's checked in for Taj Gibson. And the second free throw, good.
You can tell that miss. Looking for a while. Always hurts to miss a chance to take the lead.
Screen by Jefferson. Jones kicks to Jefferson. It's tipped. Silva, defended by Jones. Houston moving the ball around. Silva. He's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to push the points at the line. It's on Al Jefferson. For Houston, they have converted 7 of 11 free-throw attempts at this point. All free throws good from Silva.
Once he gets into a groove like that, he's coming.
Timberwolves trail. 1:19 left here in the third quarter. Brooks anticipated the pass. To the middle. And stolen by Jefferson. Here's Jones. Excellent defense for Silva. The Rockets shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. And that one drops through.
Well, he establishes his position inside.
Outside, Jones. Feeds it to Jefferson. And he was fine on the way up. 2 free throws now from him.
That monster trade.
One that sent Kevin Garnett from the Timberwolves to the Celtics back in 2007.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
And his average at the line stands at about 70% right now. So leaders in that department.
Chris Paul, he's checked in for Spencer Dinwiddie. And a change for the Timberwolves. He's checked in. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since starting up the break. Wiggins. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Bosh is checked in. And both free throws good for Wiggins. 5 seconds separating the shot gameplays. Silva, the pass to Anderson. Over to the wing. Now the feed to Lamb. And the pass to Silva. And he was 5 in the way up. 2 free throws now for him. He's been knocking down free throws tonight, going 8 for 9.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
Good on the second free throw.
He gives them the lead. Successful trip despite the lead.
Lamb sets a screen for T. Then Lamb kicks to Wiggins. With nobody on him, he parries the jumper. Wiggins has got 13 points here in the second half alone. And the game still closely contested as we end the third quarter. Timberwolves ahead. They lead by 1. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And now we take a listen to the recent huddle from Tom Thibodeau. bring you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. The Rockets straight. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, they've got Andrew Wiggins, Jeremy Lamb out there with T. Then there's Chris Fox. And it's Patton in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Simpson, the shot from Silva. We can expect a dramatic end to this one.
No quick by either side, guys. Neither team really to get any room.
Pass to Patton. He dishes it to Wiggins. Here's Wells. Great pass to set up the lead.
Getting theirs before the defense gets set up. That's just the aggressiveness of transition, making sure they come away with it.
Timberwolves trail by 3. Outside T. Pass is up for T. He drills it above him. Just 5 in the clock. Over Green. And Higgins going to serve. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Silva the pass to Paul to the left wing. And he puts it again. Good from Silva.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Bosch hits the pit for T. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Good from Buck. Houston making a switch. Capella's checked in. Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Silva, T covering. Silva, the pass to Wells. Up to the right wing. Dishes it to Capella. Takes a 3. Capella's shot is good.
And he is tough to shake. Does a good job of letting the D get to him when he shoots.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Higgins outside. He kicks it to Butler. Shot clock at 6. Bosch wishes to T. Here's Patton. Minnesota working now with a new shot clock. And the shot goes down. 32 points for Andrew Wiggins.
And he has the chops for this. Raising the intensity when it matters most. He's showing the defense to close this game. That's what he brings. Appreciate it.
Over Ariza's checked in for Houston. James Harden comes in for Raleigh. And a change for the Timberwolves. James checked in. Rockets leading by 8. Here's Silva. Here's Capella. And Willis good off the glass. Capella's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And making the extra pass makes all the difference. These guys trust each other.
Minnesota's gotten just 1 of 43 pointers to go now for that. Higgins outside. Takes the Butler. And it's Butler missing.
Now we're doing the he continues to work at it. I mean, the truth is, if you play long enough, sometimes you're going to have a bad quarter, even a bad game. I doubt that this shakes his game.
Jang, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. And it's 3. Listen.
And that's the shot you want to create. They
Just can't get it wrong. That just shows you can do everything right sometimes, but still do the wrong thing.
Screen by Jones. Here's Gibson. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that. And the Rockets with the ball. The dish to Harden. Houston moving it around. Silva covered by Wiggins. He can't hit.
He hit a 3 in the first half. Now he's searching for his first outside shot in the second half.
Butler kicks to Jones. second half. There's Silva. Makes the knock for the 100% shot. And the Rockets lead by 7.
Look, he's dribbling to this thing, and it doesn't look like he's going to ease up until the final whistle.
Jones, the pass to Butler. Jones outside. He gets off the screen. Higgins dishes to Butler. And Ball pulls it down.
He pretty much taking that possession off. Shots off target. Nobody moved.
Timberwolves trail by 7. Jones with it. He's picked up by Paul. Jones gets to Shaq. To the inside. On the
Being with us is 6'11", dunking comes easy. And once he's this close to the basket, he's ready to attack.
And the chemistry at its best. An unreal. The pass, the catch, the dunk. All of it perfect. And here's Jones. Wiggins a screen on Cole. Right side, Butler. Ball outside. Pass to Silva. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back in the net.
I mean, a really major props to Capella for reading the shot angle so well. His timing with his putback slams couldn't be even better.
Jones against Cole. Higgins passes to Butler. And they tie it up. Higgins gets to Shaw. The free to Cole. Pass it to Silva. The three. Rebound Minnesota. James gets the rebound and takes it big time with it. And it's Wiggins missing. Here's Silva. Good. The assist on time. And now it's a 12-point Rocket lead.
And he can smell excellent pick. By double digits, they're trying to keep the momentum, keep the football on the net. That's his focus right now.
Now here's Butler. He's covered closely. Three-pointer. Higgins. It's rebounded by Houston. 1:14 after the game. Silva. Three off the mark.
Perhaps he believes he'll be able to shoot himself out of the slump. I would say he needs to push. And clearly, we will not see a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be.
This was an excellent all-around performance for the Rockets.
The differential in assists led to a lot of open looks and also helped to get more guys involved in the offense easy.
And they made the defense adjust, but they just couldn't come up with an answer.
And that's been a good season already. Tonight's win will take their record to 50 wins, a big milestone here tonight.
This continues, guys, as they sweep the season series 4 games to none.
I'll tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it. Well-earned victory, cleaning off the field of this hometown crowd and the army.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. 9 seconds left in the fourth. Outside team from outside the arc. Nailed from three-point land.
If you give Teague enough room out there beyond the arc, he won't hesitate to make you play.
Up on that one. So we see the Rockets get the win here. Let's get it. Coach Roy Boykin. Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Arnold.
DJ, fantastic game.
Thanks.
Listen, Kevin and the guys want to talk to you back at the studio. Right this way.
Let's do it.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Shaquille O'Neal to my right, Kenny the Jet Smith on my left. Right here in the middle, I'm Ernie Johnson. And a chance now to head down to the locker room for a postgame interview. Hey, what's up? It's the J.
Nice work on getting another win, man. How have you guys been able to keep this win streak?
Kenny, you know, the big thing for us during this stretch is that every night it's a different guy stepping up. We have a great atmosphere on the team, and when one player is on a roll, we like to feed him the ball and just keep it going. It takes a full team effort, top to bottom, to keep a win streak like this alive.
And that's exactly true. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, I will.
And that's a wrap, everybody. Thanks for joining us this evening. For Shaq, for the Jet, for Kevin Harlan and the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. We will see you again soon.
Ain't nobody don't miss me. I'm just so something.
Baby, I got what you need. Break it down. The way that they talk about me. You think I'm for me. I'm rockin' loyal, yeah, you know. Pressure can hang good. I hear you hating on the love. Player, you should let it go. I'm not your regular nigga. I'm for my cellular. I do what I wanna do. Do what I wanna do. All that I'ma do. Don't worry about me, boo. Anything's possible. Anything's possible. Look at my rhymes. Look at my watch and the way that I hang. Put you on game. I never complain.
Hey, welcome to the Gatorade Fuel Bar.
I'll take these.
Great choice.
Thanks.
Yo, what's up, man? Alright, DJ, let's get some shots up. Here's what we're gonna do. One more. Nice shot. Not your best night these days, DJ. Certainly not your worst. All right, DJ, let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do. Next time, man. Next time. All right, DJ, let's get everyone over here and get started. That's funny, DJ. Keep it going. Just like that. Breaths. Keep on moving, gentlemen. Next time, man. Next time. Hey, need some help?
Fazendo fio, Pago. O fio é novo. Tá fazendo fio. Larga a mão. Tira a mão daí, pá. instalar agora aí no telemóvel.
Não, calma.
Valeriana, não instalas essas coisas. Vá lá. Para lá com isso.
Nothing. Just imagining the parade route passing by my stand here. What parade? The championship parade? When you guys win?
Man, I gotta get out of here. I can't have you jinxing us like this.
It's the power of positive thinking. You got this! Okay, then. Here you go.
Thanks, Eric.
2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And the pregame warm-ups are wrapping up out in Houston, where it'll be the Rockets going up against the Orlando Magic. Well, for Orlando, they lost their first matchup against these guys. This, their final game against them in the regular season, looking to finish with a split. And we'll get to see Paul Millsap tonight. With Paul, it is a guy who entered the league as a guy who would grind it out on the block, but he's transformed himself into a stretch four the last few seasons.
Let's go. Sorry, guys.
Sit down, Liam. Sit down. Sit down. Liam. Sit down. Sit down. Liam. Sit down. Liam. Sit down.
Hello and thanks for joining us in Noche La NBA. Now it's into Thank you, D.A. And Millsap is as crafty as it gets on defense. One of the most underrated players in the game. Clark, assess the center position right now in the NBA. I'm talking about elite centers and their place in the game.
Well, the center position has changed, Kevin. You don't have a lot of back-to-the-basket centers anymore. More of the big guys are stepping out and are more like stretch fours than traditional big guys. What you have in the center position now typically are rebounders and rim protectors. Not many dominant scorers on the low block.
Now we're starting to group for Orlando. Jackson is out there with Evan Fournier. And there's Paul Millsap. And it's Vucevic. And it's Isaac in the small forward. Here's Jackson. He wants to get the Millsap and does. Pass to Zoom. Up the ball. Fires from deep. Good on the triple.
You know, the defense has to be conscious of his playmaking, so a lot of times there's plenty of room to get off the three-point shot.
Jackson gets to Millsap.
And that's a blue foul. Yeah, looks like the refs are going to call this one.
Jackson against his second after 2 shots.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
A 3, Fournier, and the 3-ball is good. Fournier's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Quite honestly, Fournier just has a good basketball IQ, a high basketball IQ. Knowing even before he gets the pass, that he's got time and space to shoot.
Hit by Vucevic. Fournier dishes to Vucevic. Pass to Jackson. 6 to shoot. The Magic need to get a shot off here. Isaac misses. 6 ball. 1 from beyond the arc so far in the game. He likes that one from way outside.
Great idea to pull up and take the transition 3 there. He was in position.
Ya fundió la lámpara. Sí, fue Tatiana. Ya está. Alright, sorry for the noise. My kids wrecked my lamp. Oh, what the fuck, these kids, man? Why, man? The school can. This school can. Who's eating? Epá, em 3 dias vocês fundiram 2 lâmpadas, pá, em 3 dias.
Baseline try, and Vucevic missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Right there.
And plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up. And Orlando called for the foul. You're asking the Houston fan who the greatest player in the history of the franchise is, and they all say Akeem Olajuwon. Clark, he played against Olajuwon. Just how great a player was he? And what does he mean to this Rockets franchise today?
Well, he was special. A first ballot Hall of Famer, brought the only titles in franchise history to the Rockets, and could do everything you want from a big guy. Graceful, strong, presence defensively and on the glass, unselfish. They called him Akeem the Dream for good reason. That dude was a dream to play with and a nightmare for opponents.
By Paul.
That's an example of Chris Paul reading the floor and being aggressive. Defense can't react quick enough to get a trip to the line.
Houston shooting their 34th free throw shots of the night.
And they've shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts, 81%.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Now the feed to Vucevic. This is it to Millsap. Over Green. No shot that time. Now on target. It's in by 7. Here's Soda. It's a handout, and it's put back up and in by Capella.
Love how Capella stays alert on the offensive board, creating second chance opportunities thanks to that activity.
Jackson gets to Millsap. Green. And here's the break. And here's Harden for Green. Good. It's Green picking up the assist. Harden's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And now, first time out call here for the Magic. A game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
Yeah, you're just not going to win many committing
Turnovers at the rate they did. That was just outrageous.
Yeah, carelessness. That's what it was. I mean, slinging all kind of risky passes, dribbling with no purpose. I call that treadmill dribbling. Moving but not going anywhere.
Already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
And the execution, time and time again, right on point. They're running their offense to
Will it go? Green with the rebound. Green's got his fourth rebound in this one. They get a hand on it.
I think he's going to have to be more cautious on this.
And now let's check out the Lions course of Butyrate all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter play. So on the floor for Houston, we've got Ryan Anderson. He's out there with Montrezl Harrell. E.J. Tucker is out there with Chris Paul. And it's Silva in at the shooting guard position. And the replay brought to you by Under Armour, the Unleash Chaos moment, giving us a better perspective on just how far behind the line he was on Ben Friedel. 5 on the clock. Here's Carl. And off the front, and in it goes. 5 points in the game.
Great job getting to the right spot on the court. Beautiful passing all the way around.
Silva, the pass to Tucker. And as it goes out of bounds, he's been able to keep the ball. And we'll examine here how the distribution has been between 3-pointers and 2-pointers tonight for Houston.
And boy, they've been producing points both inside and out. That kind of symmetry offensively is a great sign, and it's correlated with their early success.
And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. Here are the Magic now, trailing by 10. Jackson passes Masson. He dishes it to Beyond. That's Masson. 6 to shoot. It's deflected. Silva. Great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got his 5th assist in this one. And look at how the hustle game has been going for Houston.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots. A key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
Rebound by here.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Knocks down the 3-ball.
You know, one of the great strengths of Coach D'Antoni, to me, Kevin, is really gives his players a lot. And this philosophy really clicks with players. They're comfortable playing for him. They know their responsibilities, and they play hard for D'Antoni.
Johnson gets to Beyond. Johnson outside. Off the pick. Here's Carl. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Really, as close as you can get to an and-1 right there. You know what I'm saying?
And the way you said about Mike D'Antoni, he sees his players and asks, what can we do, instead of what can we do.
You know, he's had a lot of success last season, elevating the Rockets and winning Coach of the Year in the process.
Jackson kicks to Johnson. On the wing, Jackson, defended by Paul. Jackson against Paul. The Magic again can't hit.
Well, Kevin, he just clanked that. It's surprising because the defense wasn't really in the picture.
Here's Silva. Kicks it out to Paul. The pass to Silva. And the assist by Paul as that one goes in. He's got 19.
It started hot, and he's only got 9.
The Magic trail by 15. Time cold here. The Magic decide to talk it over. And the NBA has had coaches who are as legendary as any player. With that in my part, who is your pick as the greatest coach of all time?
I can't even begin to have an answer for that one. There's some guys that jump out, though, when you think about that list. Who would be on it? Greg Popovich for sure. Phil Jackson would have to be included on that list. Fred Auerbach. Chuck Daly for the way he was able to manage his players. Pat Riley, you have to consider him as part of being on somebody worthy of that list as well. And I'll even go back a little farther and throw Lenny Wilkins in the mix. I thought he was really good with a number of different teams that he played.
Here's Jackson. Offensive rebound.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more. I mean, he's been flat out phenomenal, superb, simulating this quarter. He's carving them up, knocking down everything.
Johnson outside. To end the run, and it's good on the way up. Rockets leading by 15. And that one is stuck right through.
Awareness of Chris Paul. I respect that. I mean, whenever one of his guys is open, he's getting the ball to him quickly and on time.
The dish to Johnson. On the wing, Jackson. Jackson can't get that one to fall.
That's good offense. The shot didn't go down, but they'll live with that.
Tucker can't get it to go.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Feeds it to Jackson. He kicks it to Bianca. Passes it to Finn. Back to Jackson. With the shot. Here's Carl. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the foul of the Magic have converted 7 of 11 free throw attempts up to this point in the game.
And they've been mediocre all season long, just about 72% from the line.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
Looking at his after now for the Rockets. With the ball, he's dropped in for Montrezl Harrell. And Burrows is sent in for PJ Tucker.
They've been outstanding from beyond the arc this quarter. Their percentage has been climbing steadily.
Jackson drives in. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. And that one falls for Jackson. Well, we know just how athletic the NBA has become since its inception. Clark, even from when you played, just how much faster and stronger has the game become?
I would say if we were going to try to put a percentage on it, I think it's grown 60-70% in terms of athleticism. And a lot of it is attributable to the training advances that have been made in sports science and sports medicine and sports performance. And that's benefited and aided the players greatly. And then you have players that have really bought into nutrition and year-round maintenance of their bodies and taking advantage of this technology to enhance performance. And then it becomes a herd mentality. More and more the guys are doing it, and more of them are benefiting from this enhanced training. So it's at least 70% better than 30 years ago.
Rockets have looked good at the line. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
Taking
the first free throw is good. James Harden is checking for Houston. The Magic making a switch here. All free throws good from Silva. The Magic trail by 18. Fournier sets the pick for Jackson. The Rockets pull it in. The has got 6 rebounds in the game.
You know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert.
What a wingspan Isaac has. I mean, this guy is incredible at denying shots, and he loves to do it.
And it's Houston's ball. They're on a 16-7 run. Shots good by Green. Green's got his first points of the night.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Jackson. He's coming off a 10-point game against Phoenix.
And you know, Kevin, his creativity is really on display that night. I mean, he was threading beautiful passes everywhere.
Here's Fournier. There's Vucevic. Rockets with the rebound. Cabello's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
When you look at the post-up bangers who don't block shots at a high level, more and more we're seeing teams relegate them to that 6-man role off the bench. It'll be interesting to see how that affects a guy like Vucevic, who fits that description.
Greg, why is it, do you think, that teams want those more floor-bound, post-up big men like Vucevic coming off the bench?
I think two things. First of all, their defensive shortcomings are less exposed playing against other reserves. Also, their ability to create offense on the block has more value with that second unit because that group tends to have their struggles in terms of scoring the basketball.
No good from Silva.
You know, where was the defense there, Kevin? I mean, even though he missed it, it was not a good effort. Pitiful.
That one from Isaac.
Man, I like the deep ball of Isaac there, man. For a big fella. And he shoots it with confidence.
And now we get a moment to see the numbers for Clint Capella. Second in blocks, second in field goal percentage, and he's third in the league in rebounding. Just a tremendous motor. He is always in pursuit of the ball.
And as you said, one run below the lead. Tremendous motor. He's simply been destroying opponents in the lane. Now, here's Fournier. He had a 30-point outing their last game against Phoenix. Isaac misses.
In the big league for them the scoreboard and the backboard.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and taking control on the glass.
There's Vucevic. He is through for his second basket. He's now 2 for 6.
Boy, the hustle by Vucevic. I mean, showing real commitment and investment on the glass and finding ways to come up with second chance opportunities for his team. That's very impressive.
Harden against Jackson. Here's Isaac. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 3 assists tonight. Rockets leading by 15. Here's Silva. The Rockets with another miss.
And truth is, though he misses that one, it's a shot he normally makes.
You're exactly right, Greg. That's certainly in his range. Forget about the miss. Get ready for the next one.
In this quarter, he was Harden is more than just a scorer. He's also got some sensational handles and passing instincts. He loves connecting with his teammates.
And Vucevic gets to Milson. Dishes it to Jackson. Orlando moving the ball. Shot clock at 5. Fournier, that's for 2. They get it back.
Boy, Kevin, he just clanked that one. I mean, surprising because the defense wasn't really in the picture.
And he gets the bucket.
Boy, after having a tough time in the first, he's managed to turn it around nicely this quarter.
Jackson against Harden. Jackson dishes to Millsap. The officials call a traveling violation.
That is just careless turnover. You've got to be smarter.
And Forty, he's the Rockets holding it.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, a huge scoring night for you so far. Where did all this offense come from?
All right, thank you, David. Folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the... Second half. First half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. What a game we're seeing from Silva.
Yeah, what a shot in the arm he gave there in that first half. 3 ball just kept falling.
And you know what, as far as I'm concerned, keep beating. Got to ride the hot hand.
On the court for Orlando. Isaac out there with Paul Millsap. Then it's Evan Fournier. And there's Jackson. And it's Vucevic in at the 5.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Jackson kicks to Vucevic.
I'm going to change the controllers. Let me check this controller here.
corner layup off the glass. Vucevic has got 6.
It's obvious down in the paint is where Vucevic is most comfortable, just utilizing his size and strength against anybody who tries to defend him.
Millsap with the steal. Here's Isaac, defended by Silva. Here's the feed to Jackson. Kicks to Millsap. 6 on the shot clock from 13. The putback. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
Yeah, unfortunately for him,
I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
Yeah, you know what? The Waters were calm for most of the game. I mean, little resistance, felt like they could get any look they wanted at any time.
Vucevic setting the pick for Fournier. There goes Vucevic. Fournier against Harden. Pulls up. The shot's good from Fournier. 12 points for him.
And when Fournier gets rolling, watch out now. High percentage shooter. He's very gifted in getting the looks he wants out there.
Over in the corner, Paul. Here's Silva. Good, and Paul gets the assist. He has 35.
Great basketball from him, Kevin. A commanding performance, helping add to the lead this quarter.
Vucevic is screen on Paul. And they double up Jackson. Pulls out the screen, off the screen. That one goes. Counted.
And Isaac is a nice passer. I mean, senses when his guys are ready to shoot the ball and gets it to him quickly.
Screen by Capella. Silva. The shot. No good. And Orlando the other way.
They're in a hurry. I think, Kevin, they're rushing things a little bit to begin the half. Nothing pretty about this 1-for-4 start.
Comes up to 2 minutes later.
He's provided almost all of their offense.
And that last replay courtesy of Under Armour. Another unleashed chaos moment.
that's just poor decision making, and he's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He was in a brain neutral position.
Vucevic to the pass to Millsap. He's off on that one. Great tee that time from Green. Out of bounds, Orlando takes possession. Now we have a moment to look at how the blocks have been stacking up over the past several months for Vucevic.
We're just not seeing that same fierceness out of him defensively these last few months. He's lost a little bit of that intimidation factor. He's not blocking as many shots. He's not making the same impact on that end of the floor.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. Clark, a lot of former players in a specific instance when they knew they were special, the way they played the game of basketball. Did you ever have a moment like that where you realized that you could make it as a player?
Yeah, there was a time when that became more realistic to me, Kevin. And I grew up in Cleveland, and during the summers, a lot of the Cleveland Cavaliers would stay in the area and play pickup basketball to stay in shape. And I got a chance to bump heads with a lot of those guys, Jim Jones and the late Terry Furlow, Austin Carr, Ingram Smith, Mike Mitchell. And I was only 15, 16 years old, and while those guys were going at half speed, it gave me the encouragement that I might be able to get to where they were if I continued to work hard and stay healthy. So 15 or 16, during one of those summers, I began to realize I might realize the dream of being an NBA.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, no let up. Killer instinct on display, trying to put this team away. I love the tenacity.
Johnson the screen. Pass to Isaac. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Up to Clyde. Johnson can't hit. Rockets lead by 19. Silva the pass to Harden. From the arc. But they get it there. Pass to Silva. Fires from deep. It doesn't go for him. So Orlando will take it the other way.
And so much for repeating the three-point barrage he put on in the first half. Nothing here in the second.
And that's how you move the basketball. Awesome passing leading to the bucket.
Down low. 4-on-3 break. Here's Isaac. Off target from outside.
Yeah, he's lost them right now, sabotaging. They want to win this game.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Yeah, and you can tell they feel like they can get inside whenever they want to. I mean, it's been carte blanche, full menu for them, and the defense really not offering any resistance.
From past the arc. Rebounded by Capella. They are enjoying a commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
Let's take a look at the teams that have done a great job of converting turnovers into points since the All-Star break. The Rockets, number one.
Their defense has taken on a new life since the break. I mean, defensive teams forcing turnovers, and they look like a different group.
So for the Rockets, Anderson comes in for Clint Capella, and Wells is subbed in for James Harden. And a switcher also for Orlando. Biombo's checked in. Pass to Isaac. 6 on the shot clock. The Rockets pull it in.
There's no doubt in the stronger team. A plus-10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Oh, good from Silva.
Boy, incredible effort on defense. Refusing to give him an uncontested layup. Nothing easy.
Stolen by Anderson. The tray. The shot good from Silva.
Boy for his team right now.
To the right side. And they get it. You can't hit that time. And Houston the other way.
You know, Kevin, his team is struggling a bit right now. I mean, I hope he can find his rhythm and start making his shots out there soon. Otherwise,
And the pass there floating it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through.
and that's an alley-oop that'll be loop to loop all day long on the highlight reel.
And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. 8 points for him.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Pull right side. Well good from Silva. Orlando's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. It's just 0 for 3. The pass to Silva. He tries for 3. They get the rebound. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, he's been excellent thus far, Kevin, but it still hasn't been enough to get them the lead.
And Connor is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
You know, he's been their go-to guy. Smart at knowing what shots to take, when to take them. Plays with really perfect pace.
In some stats here, guys, the scoring breakdown for Houston.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
They've really been on fire from beyond the arc tonight, too. I mean, a lot of their points have come from out there.
Tipped away. And Cunning will head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And scoring the ball comes easily and naturally to him. He's a versatile player at the offensive end.
Rockets haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10. And Clark, as you watch the game at both the college and pro levels over the years, what has been the biggest change for you in your view of that?
Well, you know what, Kevin? There are a couple of things. The athleticism, the real emphasis on training and strengthening the core, meaning from your kneecaps to your sternum. The work that's done to train the hamstrings and quads and glutes and that core area as a place of power, as your center of power, is one of the significant changes I've seen, not just in basketball, but all sports. And it's benefited the athletes greatly and the overall athleticism. And then from a playing standpoint or on the floor standpoint, I think the three-point shot. I think that's been the biggest dramatic change in the game.
For the 3.
And really, after that strong first half, he has been quite adjusted.
Isaac misses.
Just a solid performance on the Achilles. Rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game.
Strong
really been strong on the glass.
Here's the screen. Pocket 6. Single. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the low pump fake.
He's still looking for his first three-pointer of the second half after making just one in the first.
So one of the basic fundamentals in basketball is the ability to box out. He's got that down pat.
He feeds it to Johnson. It's rebounded by Houston. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. And again, the Rockets 52.
Setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time dropping delights is what I call it.
That's my wife. Hello? Hello? You are speaking from where? You are speaking from Portugal? We don't answer Portugal. No, Portugal don't exist. Não, a gente não atende chamadas de Portugal. Portugal não existe. Portugal não está no mapa. Portugal não fez nada pelo mundo. Então diga lá, senhora. Vai lá, eu vou abrir uma exceção. É português garantia. Ali no quarto. Pois, peraí. Tatiana, se é isso, faz favor. Já, é assim. Peraí. Tatiana! Chega aqui, querida. Vem cá, fofa. Vem cá, fofinha. Vem cá, papá. Vem cá. Vem cá, Sherry. Olha, já te deixou trabalhar de casa? Ouviste? Ela disse que não fez trabalho de casa ainda. Diz que arrumou a sala e o quarto, é a desculpa dela. E agora tens muito tempo para fazer os trabalhos de casa, diz a mãe. Sim, fofinha. Eu dou-te 5 estrelas. E um chique coração. O pai dá-te 5 estrelas e um chique coração. Está bem, fofa? Não queres minha coisa boa? Meu coração, meu respirar. Então, Dani, vais fazer os trabalhos. Tens que fazer os trabalhos, senão amanhã a tua professora...
Porque a folha está estragada.
Hã? A folha está estragada?
Não, ficou amarrotada.
Amarrotada? Não há problema, a gente tem ali um ferro e faz-se a ferro. E a Valentina, chama lá essa também, mas vem aqui também. Vale, apaixonou-te. Não, chama lá ela, diz ela para ligar. Hã? Ela está ali na cozinha, e não quer vir, porque eu mandei vir com ela que ela estava aqui a dizer que estava para os jogos, sabias? Os garnas. Yeah.
Estragou.
Isso não está estragado nada, não é que é isso?
Não, eu quero passar as coisas.
Queres passar o quê? Até porque que a folha está aqui fora e agora está amarrotada? Foste tu?
Não, estava dentro da mala.
Estava dentro da mala? A sério, não me
Não, não tinha dentro do portfólio e ficou assim. Não, mas...
Calma, que isso é direita, senhora.
Não, mas isso aqui, assim.
Isso aqui o quê?
Sim, vou botar.
Mas o que é que isto tem?
A professora disse que isto é uma má apresentação.
Teve uma apresentação, diz a professora? Amanhã eu vou falar, digo que fui eu que amarrotei isto sem querer. Eu digo, quando chegar lá à escola. Olha, foi-se abaixo a chamada. Vá lá. Vá lá fazer os trabalhos que eu amanhã digo lá. Você está para fora, não mexes nisso. Oh. Tira a mão. Foste? Claro, então. Ela estava a dizer que a professora depois mandava vir e que... Não, mas ela diz que a professora manda vir por causa que não está arrumada e blá blá, está desarmada. Não, mas eu endireito aquilo endireita-se bem, tu sabes. Eu já disse a ela que se amanhã chegarmos lá à escola, eu digo. Não. Sim. Yeah. Eu digo isto. Sim, não, alguém fica com ela lá na escola. Yeah. Eu estou aqui, lógico, eu estou aqui só a enervar com a hora do jogo, mas também que nós, não. Nem um trio, mano. Então, mas olha lá, estou só a falhar trio, não tenho que comprar um comando novo, não. A sério. Pá, o comando, até não viste que o comando ontem estava a andar sozinho, o analógico, o rato, como quando a gente estava a ver o filme. Yeah. A andar sozinho, meu. Isto está tudo preso, os analógicos, os botões. Já está tudo assim, tipo, estás a ver, o quadrado e isso tudo rígido. Parece. Comprei. Ainda dá, eu tenho fome. Sim. Estes gajos é triplo, é duplo, lá dentro da área, dos pontos. Como é que foi aquele triplo? Oi? Como é que foi aquele triplo ali? Ele parece que mandou a bola à menina, estás a ver? Acho que mandou uma bola. Tá bem, moção. Eu vou continuar junto. E depois chegar você, porque eu já estou a ficar farto desta merda, não é? Que isto... E não é só isso, e depois é o upgrade para os 100%. É duplo, dizem que está o dobro. Epá, um gajo nunca mais chega aos 90, 92, meu. É que agora não vou para 92, agora vou só desbloquear dois upgrades e vou ter que começar outra vez tudo de novo para 100% para os 92. Não. Tinha lá outros, tinha lá um com doce ali em cima. É aquele que é o com chantilly. Não, mas eles têm lá. Eu também gosto, só que eu esqueci-me de comprar, por acaso até quando cheguei agora aqui estava assim. É para ver lá alguma coisa assim. Tem lá aquelas patas também de cavalo, que eu falo sempre que é patas de cavalo. Viado, panuelo, é isso, patas de panuelo. Viado. Está lá. O que disseste? Está aqui, está ali, aqui ainda não. Está a carregar. Eu mandei-te uma mensagem. 2. Bom, mas a Valentina tinha aqui uma mão, depois a Catarina, depois a para ti. Agora dizer não sei quem chega cá o jogo. O que é que disseste do jogo? Ok. Então vá, deixa-me lá acabar isso. Beijinho, vai ter cuidado, não é? Beijinho. Tá bem. Beijinho. Também. Beijinho. Beijinho. Tchau. Manja bem.
As a nice hit. A lot of it. Yeah, he's on the money. That's what the three-pointer is right on target.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first three of the half, there might be more in store.
Dinwiddie passes to Zook. No good off the front line. Can't do the magic. They're shooting right around 41% from the field in quarter 3. Johnson it outside. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And quickly, let's look at the numbers for Trevor Ariza. Averaging 5 points per game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And frankly, I think he can play better, guys. I mean, even he would have to admit to that.
Yeah, realistically, he's going to have to step it up. I mean, that's the reality. And he's going to start to lose those minutes.
Green is checked in for Henderson. And here's Jackson. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. The Rockets shooting 51% from the field. I'll take that. No good from Silva. The Magic shooting 34% from the field. That's not going to get it done. By Green. Orlando moving the ball around. Jackson dishes to Millsap over Ariza. The Magic again can't hit.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little hard in his game.
Just a touch. I mean, it seems like he's forcing shots a little bit to me, Greg. Not playing his game right now. And with every miss, the pressure intensifies.
Silva, the pass to Ariza. Tries from 16. Johnson with the block. For 3. It's good from long range. Johnson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
That defense was totally lost. Don't know how you let a shooter get off such a clean look from beyond the arc. Come on, you got to pay attention.
Fournier with the ball. Now guarded by Wells.
That foul gives him 4, so he's got to settle down a bit.
And that team's making some changes here. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. We've got Wells. Clint Capella is out there with Jermichael Green. Then it's Harden. And it's Silva in at the small forward position. Jackson's on the floor for the Rockets.
Yeah, you know how many inches he had over there. I mean, let's face it. Great decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
Jackson gets to Millsap. Shoots over Capella. It's going to be 2 free throws through contact on the shot.
And when you talk about just a natural basketball player, I think you got to envision a guy like Paul Millsap. He just does it all. He's got the skill level and versatility at that power forward position. And in this league today, you have to be able to impact the game the way he does.
Ball checked in for the Rockets. And you look at all the different things that Paul Millsap does for you on the court, Greg. Forget about the defensive end of the floor, too.
Great point. And all defense selection. One of the great big men in league history in terms of getting steals. Just unbelievable hands. And you know what? He epitomizes consistency when you look at the course of his career.
And they're pushing it up. Silva, the pass to Green. He gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. That one is off. Good on the second free throw. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Jackson with it. He dishes it to Fournier. Here's the pick. Goes up to the stripe. Once again off the mark.
It's a plus 5 advantage for them in rebounding.
That's good from Silva. Mark, the current era is so connected to fans through social media. Just how much has that changed the NBA, do you think?
I don't think it's just changed the NBA. It's changed our society and culture at large, and it's here to stay. I just like to see people productively and fruitfully use social media. You know, I like to see less of the vitriol and hatred that is afforded for people to hide behind their negative comments.
Launches it. Rebounded by Houston. Harden's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And stolen by Fournier. Millsap with it. Chris Paul covering. Vucevic setting the pick for Jackson. And the double up Jackson beyond the arc. Orlando with a fresh 24. And there's the call by the official. Following the goaltending call.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't hold him to the run from the line.
Isaac's checked in for the match. Silver. Fournier pulls it down. Fournier's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Jackson. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Good ball movement. Wonderful pass.
Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
Here's Silva. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 6 assists in the game.
He's absolutely killing it from outside.
Ball against Jackson. Pass to Isaac. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
And Isaac takes no time getting the shot off. He's got a lethal quick release.
Millsap with the steal. Here's Jackson. Here's Isaac, defended by Paul. Green with the rebound. Houston leading by 17. To the middle. Harden dishes to Capella. And a little ball.
You've got to respect and you can't sleep on the passing ability of Harden. I love how he zips it over to open teammates.
Jackson kicks to Fournier. Dish now to Jackson. Pick by Vucevic. Off target with his 3. For Houston, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. And shots go against shoulder.
Shots are just blowing him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Jackson passes to Vucevic. Millsap dishes to Jackson. Millsap a screen. Here's Vucevic. Poked away, and it goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Green. 5 on the clock. They get it again.
It's almost like he's trying to make things harder. He's just got to slow the game down. So it gets him easy.
Gives him a double-double in this one. 11 points and 10 rebounds.
The tenacity, the attention to detail. It's why these guys
Are in complete control.
And you know what, Greg? They are crushing it on both ends. In total control right now.
Jackson kicks to Vucevic. It's good.
the heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Outside. He kicks it to Green. Hey, Clark, we know that players are evaluated from a historical perspective, largely by how many wins they have. Do you think that's a fair way to evaluate things?
I don't think you can solely evaluate an individual player in a team sport by the number of rings he's been able to win. Clearly, it can be part of the criteria, especially if you're talking about great players who have had similar careers. It can be a differentiator. But to me, it doesn't necessarily carry the weight that some people like to give it in evaluating players. Individual performance over time is what to me marks the hallmark of a player worthy of Hall of Fame consideration or being talked about being one of the greats in the game.
Here's Isaac. Vucevic is 3-9 Paul. Jackson kicks to Millsap. 14 feet away, and Vucevic again. Vucevic has got 4 points in the quarter.
Vucevic never plays outside of himself. When he has a clean look at the rim for a minute, he knows he's got the green light to shoot it.
Feeds to Millsap. Jackson with it. He's picked up by Paul. Jackson passes to Millsap. Back to Jackson. Pass to Millsap. Picked by Vucevic. Millsap kicks to Vucevic. Here's the screen. Picked by Vucevic. Here's Isaac. Guarded by Harden. Moves back up. Isaac misses.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get any
Pass to Isaac. Take by Vucevic. 6 to shoot. Isaac misses.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Green left side. Here's Silva. Oh, there's the one-minute count.
Where their excellent recognition, fantastic playmaking leading to the nice shot.
The Magic shooting at 36%. They really saw how to set offensive. Here's Isaac. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Isaac's got 11 points here in just the second half. Here's Silva. He feeds it to Capella. Ball with the ball. And now by Jackson. Here's Silva. And he banks in the layup.
We're beginning to just flat out ball hard defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Dishes it to Capella. To the wing on the left. Unloads. And he's going again with the bucket.
And what a competitor. He's been looking for a shot all game long. He shouldered almost the entire load for them offensively.
To the paint. Deflects the pass. Over to the left wing. Isaac. No good on the three. Rockets on offense. They're on a 19-7 run. Ball kicks to Green. Here's Silva. Got a piece of it. They'll get another chance. Ball passes to Silva. Martin outside. They set the pick. And shot opportunity. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Houston with a big group substitution here. Hero, he's checked in for Capella. P.J. Tucker comes in for Jermichael Green. Trevor Ariza is checked in for James Harden. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Paul. Pass to Samuel. Shoots a three. The shot comes out. The Rockets go the other way. Dinwiddie passes to Silva. With the versatility of modern players and the switching that goes on in defensive schemes for traditional NBA positions mean less and less in the game.
I think we're finding that more teams are playing close to positionless basketball in many ways. So positions aren't nearly as important as skill sets with your 5 players on the floor. I think that's what you look at when you field your team.
There's the pick. Here's a Monatides. Ariza with the rebound. Ariza's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and show of strength for the Rockets.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
And Kevin, they had great penetration this time out.
And the strong effort here will convert into what will be their 50th win on the season.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
Yeah, you know, I thought the result might be a little different this time around, but clearly I was mistaken. Now they'll have to wait till next year for a shot at revenge.
And it's Orlando's ball. Pass to Isaac. And it's Torebko, top of the key. 27 seconds left in the 4th quarter. It's deflected. They recover it. Here's Silva. And one pass from Dinwiddie's feet.
Nothing to chance here on this game-clinching run.
Exactly. Cold-blooded. Separation solidified. Great effort.
So we see Houston taking the W here. There's a total of 2 teams tonight. One that was in total control, including Philly.
And once they started to really pour it over, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
fantastic game.
Thanks.
Listen, Kevin and the guys want to talk to you back at the studio. Right this way.
Let's do it.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal.
What's up? Kenny the Jet here. That might have been the most dominating game from one player that we've seen all season. Now, what led to this offensive explosion by you?
Honestly, I just feel that our team had been leading up to having a great game offensively, and I was able to be on the end of the team's hard work. When we make plays, it doesn't matter who gets to finish, and I thought we did an excellent job of creating tonight.
Well, you guys created, but the opportunities went to you.
Thank you.
And that'll wrap things up. Thank you for joining us. For Shaq, for Kenny, for Kevin Harlan, for the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Katerina, man. Hey, Katerina. Yeah.
Big ball.
DJ, save some of that for the game.
Hit me up.
Hey, what you working on? DJ, let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do. You got it. You got it. Come on, man. Right here. Do it. Hit me up.
Sports pregame show.
football fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. The action tonight will be happening out in Dallas, where the Mavericks will be going up against the Houston Rockets. And for Houston, with a win here today, they'll stake a claim to the second best record in the NBA. That tells you all you need to know about the year they're having. Well, we knew Harrison Barnes would see a boost in scoring after leaving Golden State, but man, I think it's safe to say he's exceeded expectations. You think?
You know, he could put up 20 a game as a focal point. And you know, his ISO game, Kenny, is fantastic.
I agree.
Can he be a number one option?
I think he can be a number one option, but I think he serves best as a number two option because then he could kind of roam around and the dependability isn't there every night.
That's it for us for now. Kevin Harlan standing by, ready to bring you the play-by-play.
Tonight's festivities. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Doris Burke. And we've got David Aldridge on the sideline. Conference rivals going at it. Doris, what's the difference in emotion in a rivalry game such as this?
Well, what you like about something like tonight's game is there's a little bit of distaste, right? When these two teams made something important on the line, and you can feel the intensity.
All queued up and ready to go. See by Gatorade. He's on the floor. Surrounded floor for Houston. The two pillars of this team, Chris Paul and Harden, are the 1 and the 2. Michael Green is out there with Clint Capella, and it's Silva in at the 3.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Barnes dishes to Kufis. Back to Barnes. And it's Barnes.
For some reason, no one accounting for Barnes on the offensive glass, and that cost him.
Silva, the pass to Paul. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Paul's got his first basket of the night.
Well, this is a guy who understands his role in the offense, right? And they know exactly how to use him.
And it's Smith missing. It's the Dallas Mavericks. Their last game, a loss for sure.
Yeah, I thought they came in with an aggressive mindset. This turns out it was too aggressive.
Right. They fouled way too much, and there's nothing wrong with being physical, but they overdid it in the last game.
Very good from Silva. Mavericks are down 1-3 from the field as far as one Silva. And taken away by Paul. Out of bounds will be the Mavericks ball. Defense, Houston. Robinson kicks to Kufis. Easy layup after coming off the pin.
This guy's not the biggest, strongest scorer in the world, but Barnes does a really good job of establishing and holding position.
Silva, covered by Barnes. He gets it in there.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Oh, that's good basketball. You have to get a little creative against the big man. I love his initiative.
Smith dishes to Barnes. Lays it out and despite the excellent defense at that.
That's just ninth of determination by Barnes, helping him convert in traffic.
Full shots good from Silva.
And they can't allow him too many open looks like that. That's just inviting trouble.
Now, here's Smith trying to claw his way back after a terrible showing in that loss to Charlotte. Over to the wing. Chase the pass to Kufis. 4 on the clock. Here's Barnes. And that one is off. And the Rockets take it the other way. This time the net was in Dallas where they beat the Mavericks.
And they didn't win.
Kufis with it. Capella's there. And it's Kufis missing.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Here's Silva. Rebound Thomas Robinson. Houston in the lead. On the wing, Harden. Houston moving the ball around. The shot's good. Here's Silva. He's got 9.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation. Something they're going to want to catch up.
Right, because otherwise you're going to give up those close range opportunities all night. If you allow the opposition to get into a groove, look out.
Barnes outside. From 12 feet out. That one rolling around and runs out.
Kicking himself on that one. That is the shot he wants.
Well, that's usually money in the bank for that guy. I'm not sure how he gets there.
For Houston, they have been perfect with the line so far. Just 2 for 2. And he knocks down the first one.
Remember, back in 2012, James Harden was the 6th man of the year. Now, he's every bit the franchise player.
So he gets them both. And the Mavericks, one of the more forward-thinking franchises in the NBA, they were among the first to doors to embrace analytics.
Well, listen, this is an organization that ownership has a background in technology, so it makes sense for them to respond to those inputs. But for me, it's about combining that with fierce competitiveness and a team hungry to find every edge. Boy, what has gotten into him? He's taken his game to an unreal level this quarter.
Against Smith. Here's Kufis. Goes back in. He lays it in. This has got his second best of the game.
And there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established a great inside position.
Green passes to short. It's good. He's got five for 9.
Yes, he's put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Has to chase. Barnes outside. There's a screen by Robinson. Puts one up. And a foul called on the shot. Not on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
A really solid free throw shooter. The team would like to see Barnes get to that line more often.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time.
And Harrison Barnes, just a tremendous athlete at that small forward position.
I think his strength of putting his arm against power forwards and coaches love that versatility.
Hey, Greg, you look at the versatility of Barnes. He can defend, I think, 3 positions.
And that's what the league is all about now. Switching on picks, much more popular. They're looking all around solid defender like Barnes. It doesn't uncover mismatches.
Since the 15th hole, Barnes has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
This is something we've seen from Harrison Barnes since his collegiate days at North Carolina, the capacity to light it up from mid-range.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Here's Smith. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Screen by Smith. Here's Chase. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Houston leading by 8. Here's Outbound. Take a look at the steal numbers over the last couple months. The scope of that for him.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on defense.
Smith with it. He's picked up by Paul. Kufis kicks to Barnes. Cloak loose. Rebound Mavericks. Smith with it. As you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game. Goes back up. Barnes with another miss.
His inconsistency not helping their cause at all.
Here's Silva. Fires the 3. Good. It's Green picking up the assist. And now it's an 11-point Rocket lead.
And when you build a big lead like this, especially early, you have to guard against the letdown.
No, exactly right. You can't afford to get complacent. Stay hungry and humble if they want to keep this lead.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Houston with a big group substitution here. Harrell, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Anderson comes in for Green. Wells, he's checked in for James Harden. And Dinwiddie is sent in for Chris Paul. Lever the pass to Siakam. It's blocked. They recover. And good. Houston leading by 9. Glenn grabs the ball. The Mavericks shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. They've got Harrison Barnes. Smith is out there with coast to coast. And Siakam at the power forward position. The lineup in the game for Dallas.
I'll tell you, I hate to say it, but he's been dragging them down all night. The effort's there, but he continues to be ice cold.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Well, there's no doubt this guy's on a hot streak right now. That's why he keeps getting the ball in this matchup. Like, hey, we're going to be the hot hand.
In order to all the switching on defense, it seems like everyone has to be able to guard both inside and on the perimeter. Do you see us becoming even more of a positionless league?
You know what? This is a fascinating aspect to me because you focus on a player like Draymond Green, who coming out of Michigan State was considered a tweener, somebody who was neither a guard nor a forward and didn't have the requisite skill set to be effective in the NBA. But there is true value to players, be it at the small forward, power forward, and center position. Because the league is such a heavy pick and roll, because the floor is so spread, Kevin, the guys who have the kind of lateral mobility and the basketball IQ to switch onto smaller players and stay in front and contest shots, they're crucial. For right now, this is the trend, and I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon.
Rockets have been excellent at the free throw line here today at flawless 6 for 6. Robinson's checked in for Pascal Siakam, and he's good on the second. Average trailed by 19. And here's Smith. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Robinson sets a screen for Barnes. To the middle, the screen, and Robinson with the layup.
Well, this is what you want to do on the screen and roll. Barnes on time and on point with that pass.
Silva, the pass to Harden. And the basket is good. And the Rockets lead by 19.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Chase the pass to Kuzma. Smith on the wing. And Capella sends it back. And it's Houston on the break. Here's Silva. Good D by Barnes.
Some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Smith with a wide open look. Again, the miss by Smith. Houston leading by 19. The dish to Hart. Out of bounds. Dallas with his possession. And now we're going to the 2K leaderboard. What a season it's been for these teams on the offensive glass. The Rockets fourth.
And just having a terrific year on the offensive glass, it's because everybody buys in. Not just the big men, but even the guards are getting in on the end.
And that means good. Barnes.
Just terrific job by Barnes. In full attack mode, dominating that area of the paint. Go to work, Harrison.
Silva. Good D by Barnes. Dallas has gone 0-2 from his end of the shot. Here's Chase. Gets the whistle, contact in the layup, and 2 shots coming up. It's his first trip to the line. And the first one at the line is good. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
The 11-footer hits the front of the rim and out. Average trail by 15. Nobody near Barnes. Dallas again missing.
I guess even he has to miss one of those. And with the break in the action, let's look at the stats for Robinson. 9th in shooting percentage, and he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
And back to his phenomenal efficiency from 3, top 10 in the league. His consistent shooting creates so many openings in the defense. Dallas calls timeout.
And his guys are getting frustrated. Coach just really kind of needs to calm them down.
I think, Greg, they've got to continue to believe that the next shot is going to go in. We can hopefully communicate that effectively to them.
We're going to break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Houston. Right now, they've acquired the second-best record in the conference. And, of course, the Mavericks. Not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
And seeing where the Rockets are, I think they've lived up to their ability this season, that's for sure. It doesn't look like they'll be slowing down anytime soon.
I go even one step further. From what I've seen of them to this point, I think their best basketball may still be in front of them.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Really a disappointing effort on the defensive end, not offering any challenge at all at the cup.
Barnes kicks to Smith, out to the right wing. There's a screen by Robinson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he's good on the 3-ball. He's got 9.
Perfect example of how to set a great screen. Set your feet, stand firm.
Ball takes to Harden. Some nice passing there by Houston. Silva, the pass to Paul. Silva, covered by Barnes, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Dallas gets called for the foul. There's so much offense is perimeter generated right now. What, if anything, could get us back to running more plays, say, through the post?
Do you think we could reinvent Hakeem Olajuwon or have Patrick Ewing?
I wish we could.
Because I know this.
Good point.
Every time I walk by a pickup game on the outside, you see guys sprinting to the three-point line and looking to be Steph Curry.
Passes it to Silva. Baseline try. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got his 4th assist in this one.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Ball against Smith. The drive by Barnes. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the foul against Houston.
And when Barnes is being this aggressive, taking it up this strong, the entire attitude of this offense changes.
Smith, a lot of assists for Harrison Barnes throughout his career. Is that a concern?
Not really, Kim, because his job with this team is to score the basketball. The other thing you like, this is a guy who keeps his turnovers low. Doesn't like to freelance and do too much.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find always a surefire way to get that.
The pass to Kufis. Smith on the wing. Over Paul. Up at 6. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And the basket by Harden.
Yeah, you got your shooters and you have your scorers, but James Harden is both.
Smith against Paul. Smith dishes to Barnes. Knocked away. And they're pushing it up. And the wide open shot from Green. Kept alive. Here's Capella. Good D by Barnes.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Chase the pass to Barnes. Bounces high off the rim and stops. Barnes has got 12.
Come on now. Harrison Barnes, that ability, boy, is just eye-popping on certain nights.
No good from Silva. Mavericks trailed by 18. Barnes outside. Smith on the wing. He dishes it to Kufis. Smith in the post, defended by Paul. Smith, no good.
He's so frustrated. He hasn't had a make all game. It's making it very difficult for them to find any success.
Silva, the pass to Harden. Lays it up off the glass. Harden's got 6 here in this quarter.
I think you could see early on that he was really with a rhythm and flow tonight, and now he's really starting to take off.
And the Mavericks call time here. Silva.
I think one of the things at the top of the list in this timeout discussion has got to be the amount of room they're giving him to operate. You've got to get more bodies on him to try to disrupt his rhythm.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Andrez Harrell, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Anderson comes in for Green, and Wells is subbed in for Paul.
Third foul.
The Mavericks have missed 8 free throws up to this point. They're right at the line yet.
Not really where you'd like to be as a team in terms of free throw shooting, just about 73%.
Dallas making a switch here. Arenas is checked in, and the Rockets making a change here as well. Dinwiddie's checked in. Wells comes with the double team. And that's how it goes. Dallas will retain possession. And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for the Mavericks.
And no doubt they relied upon that 3-point shot to provide a big chunk of their scoring. That's been a trend in the modern NBA, and they took that philosophy and ran with it.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Evers checked in. Here's Silva. up and banks it in. 33 points for him.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And here we go. And when his shot is off.
Just headed in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allows the defender to recover a contested shot.
Land a screen. Here's Weaver. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Well, I'll tell you, still looking for that first three of the second quarter. He had one to open this game in the first. Not everyone has the green light to take that three in transition, but he does, especially with the defense already set up protecting the paint.
From deep. That's a good shot. And that is 3 from 7.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
No good from Silva. It's trailed by 18. Here's Sabrinas. Here's Lane. Offensive rebound. Robinson. And finally, that one's good.
But they are, good things always come when you've got players who work hard for second chance opportunities.
Shots good from Silva.
And what a huge performance for him. I mean, he drained 3 3-pointers in that first quarter, and he's got 2 more here in the second.
And a special thanks to Under Armour for the second look at the long-range three-pointer. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Beautiful. There's a screen by Robinson. Weaver, he's guarded by Silva. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lane.
The numbers here for Drew Holiday. How last month turned out for him, he's averaging 11 points a game, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds. And with his great passing, he's been a catalyst for their offense, often seeing plays even before they materialize.
There's no doubt about that. Great anticipation, excellent peripheral vision. His talents are really shining through.
Ball stolen. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Weaver the pass to Abrinas. Three-pointer. Drills the three-pointer. Weaver's got 8 points here in this quarter.
2 trays now in the second quarter after he hit one in the first.
Silva. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Over to the left wing. Weaver. Chooses up. Got a hand on it, but they get it back. And so it's Houston with a sizable lead.
Thank you very much. 5 threes in the first half. Was that an area of emphasis for you coming into the game?
You know, it wasn't something that I set out to do, but
I have been able to take what they've been giving me on offense.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action. Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to come back. What a game we're seeing here from Silva.
Yeah, great job from him in that first half of drawing fouls and getting to the line.
Well, he certainly put the defense in a tough spot in that half. Forces the issue, draws the contact time and time again.
And so in the Paul and Harden, the star-studded backcourt. Clint Capella is out there with Jermichael Green, and it's Silva in at the 3. And it goes down 2 points. And he's got 41.
Well, what you know about Paul, he sees everything as it develops. That time he hits a wide open man.
Now Smith, he hasn't put up any points in this one. 5 to shoot. Here's Chase. He overshot that one, missing. Nuggets leading by 15. Looking on the money from Silva.
And that's how you want to come out of the locker room. He is fired up.
Absolutely perfect start to the half, setting the tempo right away with an easy opportunity at the cup.
Chase the pass to Barnes. Smith outside. Another 3 for Dallas.
I just love how Smith is ready to shoot as soon as he gets the ball, measuring the shot as the pass is en route.
Here's Silva. That shot is up. Good D by Barnes. At the elbow, Smith. Knocked in off the glass. Smith's got his second bucket of the night.
Great beginning to this second half. Now 3 for 4 from the field.
Ripped away. And it's the Mavericks on the break. That's good. They used to do his cut down to 10 in the bucket from Chase.
And you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. There's a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. The three from Barnes. They get it back. Robinson. And Capella sends it back. Robinson. That's good. Rockets leading by 8. Here's Silva. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
And that's another 3. And if the defense is hoping that they don't heat up from out here like they did in the first half, they may be in for a real bad surprise.
Smith kicks to Barnes. Pulls up on the elbow. Good. There's the chance on top. Barnes has got 16.
And when it rains, it pours. I mean, that's no jump shot. It was. Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Dallas calls timeout. Boris, what an honor. Inducted in.
Hey guys, I'm going to eat, guys. Yeah, sorry guys. I have to interrupt the broadcast. Hey guys, thank you. Thank you so much. Serious. Thank you, YouTube team. Thank you, my friends. Cheers. See you later, bro.